However history remembers me before I was a president, I shall always think of myself as a hunter.
Okay, guys, first of all, thanks for your time to sit with me to talk about it.
Thank you.
Sorry for it yesterday. It was unbelievably good. Very excited for the film.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So that takes me to the first question. What's the background of the idea of Abraham Lincoln Batman Hunter? Where they came from, and how you been get involved in the project?
Well, I got the idea to write the book based on a tour that I was doing for Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, my other book. And you know, during that tour, I would go from city to city all over the United States. And every city, this is in 2009, every city, every bookstore had the same two displays in the front. They had an Abraham Lincoln display of all the biographies, and they had a Twilight and True Blood display of all the vampire books. So I kept seeing this everywhere. I kept seeing vampires, Abraham Lincoln, vampires. And it just seeped into my subconscious. And so I began to research Lincoln. I wrote the book. Tim Burton called and said, I would like to option the book. And I said, okay. And then wrote the script. And then we found Ben, and here we are.
And I've always been a fan of Timor, and we had kind of a general meeting. We got to know each other in Los Angeles, and then I was doing a play about another American president, and he came and saw that, and then we auditioned and screen tested, and once again, here we are.
Being involved with Timor and Tim Burton, like, do this kind of mad genius,
Mhm.
that they're all signatures, that their own signature, they never change the style. How was that, and how much was the involvement of Tim Burton on the final product?
Tim was the protector of the core idea, you know. It was funny because I was working on another film with Tim while we were making this. So, you know, we would talk about Abraham Lincoln one day and then Dark Shadows another day. And, you know, Tim really used his power and his influence to say, make the film you want to make, you know, like make the film that is unflinching and dark and muscular and, you know, exciting. Don't feel pressure to make it silly or make it, you know, a farce. Then working with Timor was just, you know, like just working with, like you said, just a mad genius. Yeah, I mean, the ideas that he has are so incredible, and they never stop, and you have to just trust in him. He's got all the visuals worked out in his head.
And it's a daunting task to take on a character like Abraham Lincoln, and particularly in this context. But when you have guys like Seth and Tim and Timor, it really alleviates the nerves because you're in good hands.
Mm-hmm. While filming, what would you say was the most demanding part, the hardest scene to film?
Well, that's tough because Abraham Lincoln really runs the gamut of his life experience, his age. We go from doing the Gettysburg Address to doing enormous bloodbaths. I'm not sure. It's simultaneously all exhausting and exhilarating at the same time. It'd be hard to pick one spot. I guess the worst day was the day we wrapped because we had so much fun making it.
Mm-hmm.
Have we wrapped?
Yeah, I know. That's what it feels like.
How hard is for you guys to picture this film, really, in a final product in 3D? How hard? What things you have to take care of while you're doing that scene?
Well, 3D was used really as a tool throughout the entire process. It was another way of telling the story, of really welcoming the audience into this world to where they can really feel the proximity of vampires. And also, I mean, you look at people who've done 3D well. You go to Alfred Hitchcock and Dial M for Murder. I mean, that's really just a play that's set in 3D. And what it does is when you use it like that, like a tool, like Timor used it, then you become part of the story and get to lose yourself that much more in it.
You know, a lot of films, they use 3D as an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
The filmmakers decide after, you know, the studio says, okay, we like the film, but we need you to make it in 3D now, and they convert it and everything. We always knew from the first day of the film that we were making everything to be in 3D. So everything, the sets, the costumes, the fighting, it was all planned to be in 3D. And you see that, I think, when you watch the film, that the 3D is part of the the essence of what the film is. It's not an afterthought. It's everything. You know, the burning embers in the air as you're on the train coming at you. You know, the smoke, the axe swinging at you, the vampires coming at you. It's all very, very planned.
Mm-hmm. And just to finish, was any, because it's an adaptation from a book, was any scene that you have to invent for the actual film that you were not happy or you want to change as the author? Like say, we can do this better, suggesting to the director?
I think there are things that the film does better than the book, frankly. I mean, as a film, we had to invent some sequences. The finale is a sequence we had to invent. The character of Adam, played by Rufus Sewell, is invented for the movie. But one of the things that I think that the movie does a lot better than the book is Anthony Mackie's character, Will, who was added to the movie and who's just an absolute badass. And, you know, the film deals with, you know, some sensitive subjects and everything, and Anthony Mackie sort of gives voice to the oppressed in the movie and isn't just a victim. He fights back, and he actually takes Abe and says, you have to fight with me too, and gets you into politics.
Focuses Abe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Hey guys, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Presume you know what I can do with this.
I know what you can do against one, but against 20?